Hey yo, the time is upon us. The album that we wanted gonna take a few hundreds before I could do my numbers. Gotta get back in front of the audience and cameras. Hit a few events, take some flicks, shake some hands, and plus get back up with Amber. Do some strategizing, trying to figure what the plan was. Focus on getting buzzed and focus on getting up under from the under without losing where I come from. What you call a conundrum. Guess as long as the drum's dumb, it won't make a difference. If you listen to the record, for the record made them listen. We got what we was missing. Time to get in the stew, start recording what I do while recording what I do. It's important that you knew what it took to create it, cause even if I don't make it, never think that I ain't make it.
Hallelujah. One nation under God. Real, getting money from the start. I think I'm big me.
So we actually started working on making the record. Before you could go in the studio and actually make your songs, though, you kind of put a blueprint together. So I came up with the kind of concept of the album as far as subject matter I want to talk about. Also been running around trying to get with people to figure out, how I'm going to put it out, who's going to distribute it, all the legal, mumbo jumbo.
Hi, my name is Lena Kasambalides. I'm an entertainment lawyer, and I primarily work with hip-hop artists. Do you know, the law and how it works with music?
No.
Okay. So when you see the word master, recording, sound recording, right now the statute says 9.1 cents per song. Do they do half the song? Do they do one verse? How many bars were in one? People are like, what are the splits? People always want to see the splits. You get 50, they get 50. So you get 4 point whatever cents, and they get 4.05 cents. What they're getting is they're getting paid.
Right.
They're getting paid for that assignment.
That's it. So it's more it's not like a work for hire.
It is a work for hire.
It is a work for hire.
It's pretty difficult to fully understand it all. I mean, I didn't go to school for law and shit like that, so I kind of learned everything just being in the business, but having somebody to take the time to explain it to you is important, because you could read all the literature in the world. When the train comes, it really doesn't matter.
They may cut corners early on legally, and then once the song becomes a hit, which it may, they're gonna get a claim from whoever participated in that they never papered the deal with.
My lawyer, she was telling me to make sure that I got all the producers to sign off on these various different type of agreements, so that if any legal backlash would come, we wouldn't be responsible. But it's so weird because it's like, a lot of the guys I'm working with are my friends.
I don't have a job description. I am the job. You feel me?
Amber is a person that I've known for a number of years. She is a liaison between artists and labels. She's done a lot of big deals. She's made a lot of money for herself. She's ambitious. She's young, and she has that, just don't give a fuck attitude and energy.
And I help connect the dots with certain things. I feel like I'm in the streets, but I'm also in the building with the execs. Not these fake execs, like real execs that do $1 million checks.
No, I just think that nobody wants 90s shit anymore, and we really gotta open our ears to different type of music.
Right.
But I don't want you to go too left that your fans are like, oh, wait.
Right.
What is Torae doing now? So I think if we move into a different sound of music slowly.
Who's new that's hot like that? I fuck with Marco, but he got that same sound, that same feeling. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he goes into the music with that same mindset. But as far as new niggas, who's even hot that I would want to work with?
Illmind got a good between being backpack or being commercial. You saw that he done some type of commercial radio stuff. Knots, I think Knots could definitely bring a radio record. Even if you go to Ninth and these other producers, you really gotta go with them, because they're probably sending you stuff that they already heard you on, because they think this is Torae style. And you gotta kind of be that was my style last album. You feel me? You like my own shit, get my last album. You feel me?
So I just got out the meeting with Amber. We were discussing how to put the album together and talking about the producers we wanted to work with. Came to the conclusion that obviously we're gonna need a budget to make it happen.
And normally, you know, you get those by doing features or doing shows or whatever, but when you're in between albums, those things start to slow down. So now the focus primarily is just getting the buzz up so we can get right where we need to be so we can make this album happen. I got hit up by Brooklyn Bodega to host the Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival this year. I knew that was going to be a great opportunity to get out there and even though I'm in between albums, still be on stage and showcase myself to a whole group of people. I called up my peoples at Rocksmith to let them know what the situation was and told them I needed to get fitted for it. They told me to come by the office. So I had Amber, you know, take her along for the trip, and we shot over to Rocksmith.
We've been hearing a lot more about him since last year. We've been working with Torae a lot more.
I know you want that Knicks thing, but I don't know if it's gonna look right. What are you gonna wear with that? Yeah, if you don't have this, you can't wear it.
I know.
Some artists will have great looks, but it just don't feel fits the characteristic of the brand.
You didn't pick none of those though, did you? Did you?
I didn't look over here.
Oh. I don't want to be on stage as kids did with titties out.
All right, well,
That's wild.
the same thing.
No, that's different. That's ass.
His time's coming. Like his mixtapes are always dope. The producers he worked with are always great. Sky Zoo's another one that we work with a lot closely. That's like his brother, and we're close with all of them. So we definitely see Torae in our future.
And Amber was here, you know, high strung Amber. So she was trying to pull, cause she was playing stylist today. She was pulling clothes and telling me what I would look good in and what I should wear. And then we got into this whole debate about these Jordans that my man called me. You know, I got people who hit me up from time to time when sneakers are out or some dope sneakers I should grab.
Why would you hesitate over $350?
It wasn't about that. He called me. I was like, yo, what you got? He was like, I got X, Y, and Z. I was like, word. I was like, how much is those? He was like, $350. I was like, I was like, I bet. I was like, I bet. Let me see what's up. Then by the time I spoke to him, like 3 hours later, it was a wrap.
Yeah, of course it'll be a rap because nobody thinks like you, yo.
She don't understand my 2 kids and car note and apartment rent and all that. She don't understand that. She just know, get them the exclusive, push the button. So, you know, if ever a female would get mad at you for not buying sneakers, it would be Amber Ravenel.
Later that night, there was an industry mixer for everybody that was going to be involved with the festival. So we went down to Dumbo by their offices, out on the deck, you know, Brooklyn Bridge, backdrop, a nice, you know, good weather night, you know, a little bit of alcohol, fun people, it was a good time. As I was breaking out from the mixer, my man Dallas Penn of the Combat Jack show asked me if I wanted to come by and stop on, you know, chop it up on the air for a second. This particular night, the situation at hand was the Pete Rock Smith & Wesson concert and the melee that ensued after that concert.
You can't see a video like this and say that they acted in the right manner. It's unacceptable. It shouldn't go down. And I feel like it's gonna get swept under the rug and overlooked because it was a hip hop event and it was just a bunch of black people. And I don't know if they're gonna do anything about it. But at the end of the day, with the footage that they have right there, that should be going to the mayor's office. Yo, real rap, like, I don't want to speculate, but Tupac wouldn't have let that shit go down, B. At the end of the day, ain't no Tupacs. You know what you hear on the radio? The anti-Tupac. They don't want us to get that fucking power back. They don't want us to get that feeling back. They don't want us to get that revolt back.
It's bigger than just like hip hop. It's more or less just like the police not necessarily identifying with the people from certain inner city communities. I don't know if there's ever gonna be a way to really fix that because you can't really get into the community if you're not from the community. And if you're from the community, you don't even want to be associated with, you know, being a cop. That's like unacceptable. So I got an email about my man Ninth Wonder. He was screening his documentary, The Wonder Years, out in New York. And again, you know, that's another experience, another opportunity to get out there And for one, support your people, and for two, networking. You know, Ninth Wonder is a producer that really walks that fine line between the indie and the mainstream, and you know, working with new guys and working with some huge artists as well. So
just everybody, I just want everybody to enjoy the film. I know I'm not on TV a lot, and you might see me in interviews and whatnot, but I guess in this hour and 20 minutes you get to know me a little better. Watching
Ninth's story and just kind of knowing, having a little history on it, it gives an artist like me inspiration, because it shows that if you stick to what you do and not, you know, run around chasing whatever's popular or trying to, you know, get a placement or whatever, it could still happen for you. Ninth is somebody that I've been able to work with in the past. I told him I'd be willing to come down, and he said, yo, whenever I had time to make it down to North Carolina, we'd make it happen. After all the, you know, running around and connecting the dots with the various people, it was finally time for the Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival. Time for me to hit the stage and do what I do.
If you're in the back, you're going to want to make your way to the front. And if you're in the front, you're going to make your way to the fronter, because it's going down.
I like to host when I don't have a new album out, because I don't like doing the same songs all the time, but it's still a way to get paid.
Y'all enjoy Godzilla? Their motto is believe in Godzilla. That's kind of ill. No disrespect to the Asian community. I know when Godzilla come around, y'all get a little timid.
I mean, what I like the most, one of the things I like, is just kind of the interaction backstage, the stuff that you don't see on the stage, the stuff that you might not catch on camera. So that's always dope. And then I get a chance to chop it up with the people, you know, that I grew up admiring and looking up to.
Hold on. Don't you go a damn step. Get over here. I know y'all gonna make some more noise for my man, homeboy Sandman. I told you, B. If he wasn't a Met fan, he'd be perfect.
Yo, shout out to the Mets, yo. We'll be back, yo. Yo, forget your Yankees fans. Yo, cut his mic backstage. Cut his mic.
I remember last year, man, Smooth B was in tears. Smooth B and Nice and Smooth was in tears because he was standing next to Pete Rock and CL. It was so crazy, though. Like, just seeing the people catch up, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the love, the genuine love. There's been so much, you know, working up towards the album, to build up, to get the money, to get the buzz up, to get the name up. Now it's time to do something dope and actually go in the studio. Today we working, man. Same thing we do every day. Do the math, large professor, the legendary large professor, the mad scientist, the live guy with glasses.
What I saw in Torae's style was the delivery, you know, the vocal tone. He had that strong voice, the soul. You hear him and you know it's the soul, it's the streets, slight ignorance, you know, slight slick talk, side of the mouth talk. Like, he got all of that. Like, he definitely got all of that.
I had Looking at the Front Door on cassette single, and it had the instrumental on there. And I remember, you know, so clearly sitting at my table and writing a rhyme over that beat. I could say that I always knew that I would work with these guys, but never do you imagine actually working with them. As the session was winding down with Large Professor, I hit my man Soulcon up, you know, and told him that I needed him to come by the studio. I had this idea for an intro, and I told him to improv the rest. And, you know, that was the birth of Norbert.
My father once told me, Norbert, doesn't matter what road you take, just as long as at the end of the night, you make it into the driveway. Eat a delicious casserole, kiss your kids goodnight, lie down with the woman you love. Hope she got a big old fat ass.
Streetwise elegance. But she isn't enough.
That's Torae.
So you have to wake up after she's asleep, service yourself a little.
What?
And so on this day I ask you graduates, how are you going to leave your mark? How are you going to let them know you were alive?
What does that have to do with anything?
So like, just for me, like, I'm just always constantly moving and so busy, like I find the pleasure in the midst of working. I still find like the joy in those moments.
Yo, this kid is out of his mind for real though. This guy said she isn't enough. She has to wake up and service yourself. WTF?
Pretty sad, isn't it? I know.